I'm Megan Van Petten, founder of the Esports Trade Association and host of the Esports Connected podcast. I am inspired to share key tidbits from several interviews conducted with industry influencers over the 3-day span of our Esports Next Conference. To be able to celebrate and learn from those who are shaping our community is such an honor. Press play and let the waterfall of knowledge wash over you as it did for me. Enjoy. Welcome to Esports Connected podcast, and I am still your host, Megan Van Petten. Right on, yes. Here we are at Esports Next. We're live with Scott Greenberg.
Yes, I love Megan. She's fantastic.
I know. I always want to say Goldberg.
Greenberg.
You're the gold.
All right. Well, I like the green. What can I say?
All right. Well, we love that you like the green. Oh my gosh, it's such a pleasure to have you here today. And I just want to start the show by saying congratulations for winning the Game Changer of the Year award.
Well, first of all, congratulations to eSport having a headquarters in Chicago.
Right.
And I've mentioned to you when I first met you, the strange thing in Chicago, while there's pockets of esports going on, there's nothing big. There's no big professional thing in Chicago. And if you go online in Chicago and at esports, you find me.
Right.
Which is like, wow. And now, of course, they find you.
Yeah.
That's it. We're esports in Chicago.
I know.
So,
right?
Nice to meet you,
It's nice
Megan.
to meet you. I need one of those coats. And, we're like the twins.
I'll give it to you.
You know what? It's like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Twins.
Okay. Twins. Exactly.
Remember that movie?
I'm not Arnold. You're Arnold.
Oh, I'm Arnold. All right.
I'm Danny DeVito.
Oh my gosh, I have so much to talk to you about. So you are one of my favorite people. Literally. I've been a fan of yours forever.
Please.
Do you want to know how many times I quote your brilliance regarding theWit?
I don't know which quote.
Okay, I have to tell you guys because he's very humble. So theWit is just a famous bar. And when I talked
the roof on theWit is a famous bar.
Thank you. And I said, Scott, how did you ever come up with such an incredible bar? And he goes, this is what I did. I built a bar, a beautiful bar, and then I just put a hotel under it. So this is the genius of this guy. And I got one more story that is my favorite story. So but the esports people are coming there tonight. We are
to the roof.
Yes.
At 6 o'clock tonight. So it's a commercial that come over to the WIT.
That's right.
To the roof and enjoy this with this property that I built. I decided, he said, what a thought to put a hotel here. And I said, well, put a bar here and a hotel underneath, as you said.
Isn't that amazing? So this brings me to, because I'm getting to the exciting news. But here's the other thing. I just love, who doesn't love losing track of time and just being in your zone, right? And that's what Scott Greenberg is. He's just a genius. He's a prodigy. And he's in our space, and he's what we need so bad. Not just the city of Chicago. These surge... they're going to surge everywhere, and it's beyond what anybody's done or doing. But I'm going to tell you one more thing. Around the corner of this
hotel,
isn't it
nice? She's doing the interview for me.
I know. Around the corner, if there's my favorite restaurant is Einstein's.
No, it's the Albert.
Well, based on Albert Einstein.
Okay.
If you go in there, if you could ever imagine what Albert Einstein's library would look like, that's the bar. I walked in and I just fell in love.
So what she's talking about next to this hotel, which we'll leave the name of the hotel unknown.
Well, you know what though?
I built a hotel. It's called the Hotel EMC2, and in the base of the that hotel is a restaurant called the Albert, and we're about a couple hundred feet from there.
Really? So go around the corner, and we're not there because it didn't fit our group. We're such a humongous group.
Exactly. Congratulations to your big group.
Thank you. But we do have overflow going to your hotel.
Well, that's great. And a very august group of people that I've met here. So it's a pleasure to you surrounded yourself with incredible people.
Well, thank you, and you're one of them. So, well, tell us about just how you got.
I thought the interview's over now.
I know. I got so excited. I just had to share with everybody that's been listening. All.
Thank you for doing the interview for me.
Oh my God.
Nice meeting you.
You're welcome. I know. Well, I'm a very generous soul, aren't I? So talk to us. Tell us what you can about Surge.
Well, I think the thing about Surge that I've talked about is that we're creating a real in-life experience. Crazy. Everything about esports is digital. We're living it. We're in a digital world. We receive our life digitally. I mean, when Mark Zuckerberg talks about the metaverse, this is just part of the metaverse that we're in. And it used to be the real life, and here's the metaverse. Now metaverse is here, and everybody's forgot about in real life.
Yeah.
But people, we're here. This is not virtual. This is not Zoom. I can touch you.
I know.
Okay. And so I'm actually creating human bonds, and that's
right.
always been exciting to me. And I think that that's been since the beginning of time. So I'm just bringing real life to the metaverse. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for creating and expanding the metaverse.
That's right.
And I'm giving a chance where we can actually have human engagement. And I think we're sort of, as I'd mentioned, merging a digital reality with a live reality, and live reality with digital. And there's going to be a sort of production, and the experience is they will kind of come together in a way that is now being developed. So it's sort of exciting to see. It's sort of the next generation of the frontier for production and frontier for live experiences, and for experiences that you'll even see online that are streamed will have a presence of live that isn't there today. But as these things blend together, it will be the next level of experience. That's where we're at.
Right here in Chicago.
Right here in Chicago. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
I can talk about it.
I know. And I'll tell you, when we started the association, it made so much more sense to go to Dallas or LA or Atlanta, or the coasts is where things get started. And I'm in Chicago, and I've been here, I've done this, I've got the t-shirt, and I was like, I gotta stay true to Chicago. And it was a tough decision to make to incorporate here. It really was, because we had cities that said, please come here, we'll sponsor you to come here. And we didn't. We love this city. And we are so grateful that you're not going to Indianapolis to build this. You're not going to Michigan. You're building this in Chicago, and it's going to be the biggest arena in the nation.
Look, the Chicago is, as we've all known, it's the capital of the Midwest. It's been referred to before, and so it's created a playing field for me to pull this off in Chicago. It may have been very hard for me to pull this off in Los Angeles, because every team and every production facility is there, and I would have to compete with all of that. Here, it's more of an open playing field, but there's a lot of, between all the states that surround us, a lot of population that we can build this on top of. And our facility is located right next to McCormick Place, which is the Northwestern's largest convention center, if you didn't know. And so we're drawing on all of that energy in this location. That's what Chicago does. It's this spot where it should happen. So part of my background was, everybody knows maybe their music club or their theater or this or that they hear music or any kind of entertainment. You develop an emotional attachment to a location. And I think that esports will have that experience. People, if there's really a beacon for what esports and computer gaming represent, people will, if they're having good experiences, they will develop an emotional attachment to that will be that could potentially be lasting. People will want to support that. And they talk about gaining, all the teams are talking about gaining people's allegiance online and giving things online. But frankly, I don't think there's anything more that builds a deeper emotional bond in physical locations and being physically with people. And that's what, when you create a venue like we're creating, creates that opportunity where people are spectating together. So it represents an opportunity, which is why, by the way, every one of the publishers, tournament providers, teams, they want live engagements. Why? Because they know there's something remarkable about live that's lasting and deeper than anything you can get sitting behind a cell phone or on a computer when you're with it. They'll carry me. This event right here, I'm going to remember it for years to come. Thank you. If this was Zoom, after I hit the end button, I forget about you. But now I get to meet you.
And it is a memory. And you're absolutely right. You know, we are human beings and we need each other. We're meant to be together. We're meant to be in person. I don't know if you all know this, the audience, but it was just last week we had a little bit of a rise of uptick, and now we're down with COVID. We're back. We're okay. And so at the very last minute, I had one person let me know they weren't coming, just one. So we offered to stream this for you. And you know how many people canceled of this entire event? 2 or 3, under 5, and that's why we're streaming, literally. We had no plan to stream because we are committed to in-person. We did not sell virtual tickets because we believe that we need to be together. And I would rather be together with 100 people, you know, than have a virtual option. Come, because we miss this. We're present to the health concerns. We're you know, COVID prevented certified event executors here, and
I mean, honestly, this is the first in-live event that I've been to since the beginning of COVID, and it is, you know, again, we forget how quickly, but and I've been to some online events and you don't pay attention and all that. They might not even be paying attention out there, but maybe they are. I don't know. But if you're in live, it's different. But I do think we're in a world that's a hybrid world. You know, when you have a live event like you're doing here, offering a hybrid alternative is a good thing because it does expand the reach of what you are. And bringing these people together live, you get a lot of people to be here live with you that is going to extend the reach of what Esports Trade Association is. So I think it's a good thing to make it a hybrid event.
Yes.
So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you. So what we did was where you just were presenting. That was recorded, and we're going to be showing that the next 9 months. 9 sessions for 9 months.
It's super exciting. My event in there was incredible.
I know. So everybody tune in. I believe the first one will be next month. The only thing live right now is us.
Okay.
Yes. So we don't know what happened in there yet. And that's going to be what all of our...
incredible.
I know.
It's electric in there.
If there's anything you want to share that we don't know, because I don't even know
want to keep it a secret. Oh, there's good stuff. There's really good stuff. I actually tell you all the ins and outs of how I'm doing the magic that we're doing. So if you really want to find out, you got to tune in. So I'm not going to give it all away right now.
And that's going to be a virtual ticket for all of you out there that are watching live. We'll be offering these sessions virtually starting next month consecutively. And for members, obviously, it's free. So there is a benefit of being a member to the Esports Trade Association.
For sure.
I know, right?
Thank you.
I mean, there's something about membership. It's different than like being a customer or being a client. Being a member is just like special. Not like American Express had it right.
Because you belong.
Exactly.
Because you belong. You're authentic. You're part of the team. You're in the game.
That's right.
You're in the game. So I'm in the game with you, Megan. And that she came in Chicago. You're doing this in Chicago. We're Chicago, so we're bound at the hip already.
We are. And I'm sure we'll be doing something. We'll find our way in one of those office spots in the facility of some sort.
Absolutely.
And I know you're doing a lot with the local universities. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? We have a few more minutes before we wrap up.
Okay. So, I mean, part of our, it's Scholastic includes everything from colleges and universities. We have a very close land area. We're also building bridges through the Big Ten network to all the big universities around it, as well as in the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois is developing They do have an Illinois high school Esports Association, but now it's like an accredited sport. So
Yes.
about 80% of the high schools in the Chicagoland area, or no, in Illinois, have esports teams. So now there's a place to do an annual event at, which would be our location. So it really is, and the groundswell of support really to allow, we got approvals for what we were doing. This, I shouldn't say this on the air, but getting a permit and zoning in Chicago is very hard, and especially talking to the planners and all the people in the city, very hard to get through. But because of the groundswell of support from the colleges and high schools, really they were big advocates in the process for us getting approval from the city to do what we're doing.
Well, that's amazing. And you know, it has not probably been the easiest last couple of years for a hotelier.
No, it's been tough.
And you know, I just admire you for not just what you've done, but who you're still being, you know, with all the adversity that you've faced in this industry that's just unforeseen.
It's tough. But, you know, we're finding our way through it. Things are coming back. They'll be different. You know, we do have a lot of events. Our people will be at Roof tonight, which is a bar on top of the WIT Hotel. I mean, it's a Tuesday night. It won't be that busy, but it's generally, Roof is a hopping place. It was hopping before COVID, and as we're coming out of COVID, it's hopping again. So people, there's almost this burst of interest in going out. So that's some wind against my back now.
That's great. And you deserve it. You deserve it. You know, thank you for all you do for the city, all you're now doing for esports.
She's fantastic.
Thank you. And so is he. You know, so we look forward to seeing everyone again soon. I can't thank everyone enough for tuning in. And Scott, congratulations. Should we show them your award? Should I hand you the bag?
You could have me. You could show off. Everybody's going to want one when you show this.
Yeah,
it's going to make everybody. No, it's actually that bag.
Oh,
okay. Everyone's going to be very envious because they're giving out such snazzy awards here. So here it is.
Okay.
Let me see. Here it is. I want to turn it up. Esports Association. There it is. Everybody.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that great? Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you to Esports Trade Association.
All righty.
Okay.